Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Show and Tell from the Man Cave. This week we are talking about the 18 to 34 age group range, and it's a very, very interesting range because I kind of feel this is the age where you're finding yourself. You went through high school, you had your group of friends, you played your sports or done whatever you did to find that sense of community, but now it's that whole new beginning of what can I do? How do I find my tribe? And then you find your community through other things. So, especially through the pandemic, we've seen a lot of this where people will start gaming, start mountain biking, trail running. People are getting kayaks. People are learning to play new instruments. People are doing all these things, and a lot of these things require purchases. Let's look at Peloton for a second. Peloton has a stationary bike and a TV screen, and they created a huge global community with just those two things. Peloton's amazing where people can form teams with people that they never met before, make friends through Peloton. They can hold each other accountable and achieve new goals all through a stationary bike and a screen. So that's one thing that we are being sold through this 18 to 34 range is that sense of community. Another advertising thing I see is a lot more of peer-to-peer reviews. So we know that companies are going to try to sell us everything. They're going to try to tell us whatever we want to hear to get us to buy the product. But what we're seeing now is that companies are giving away their product for free to YouTube influencers and other influencers so they can do reviews because right now at this age, we are trusting more how many star reviews, what do the online reviews say? We're trusting more of that than the actual advertisement itself. We want to see a peer review to let us know exactly what we're getting into because we feel we can trust each other more than we trust these big companies. So that's something very interesting and something I've caught myself doing all the time now is when I go to buy something, let me check out and see what the reviews say before I make this purchase, especially if it's a higher dollar purchase. And one more aspect I'd like to kind of touch on is you want your advertisement to stand the test of time. So I cannot afford a $4,000 mountain bike. So when I was looking online, I saw this 2008 Giant Trance 3 full suspension, and I liked it a lot, but I kind of wanted to look more into it. And I saw pictures like this when really I should see pictures like this. So it's important, even if you have a new model every year, you still put really good pictures and really good advertisements out for the current model because 10 years from now, it might sell a used model. So it may not seem important now for a company to want to sell used stuff because they don't make money off of it. But if you think about it, I got this Giant Trans 3. It's my first ever mountain bike. So now I'm going to ride this until I break it. And maybe by the time I break it, I'll have enough money to buy a $4,000 mountain bike. And I'll probably stick with the same Giant brand just because I got broken in on this Giant bike here. So you want your advertisement to stand the test of time. You got to really look through peer review. And then, of course, selling a sense of community. That's all things I think about when it comes to that 18 to 34 age group. Thanks, everyone.